Since everyone defines success differently, it might be challenging to actually define it. In the end, it all boils down to following your passions and achieving your goals. It emphasizes self-determination the most. Iman Gadzhi, an entrepreneur, has amassed a vast empire of businesses by working hard and making wise choices. Hello peeps, I hope you've had a good day. So before we begin, please do subscribe to the Evolution Of if you haven't already for more evolution videos. Do turn on the bell icon to receive notifications for upcoming videos. Let's get started. The founder and owner of numerous companies, notably the well-known software provider Agency Flow, is Gadzhi. Another one of his businesses is the Gent Croquet Club, which is currently ranked among the top NFT initiatives. The multimillionaire is a developed philanthropist who is passionate about supporting education for everybody. Over 2,500 children have benefited from Gadzhi's self-funded endeavor to build 5 schools in Nepal, which is well known throughout the world. His narrative begins in Dagestanskiye Ogni, a small settlement in southern Russia. He was born there to a single mother. His alcoholic, violent father had already departed before he was born. He spent most of his time with his grandma because they shared a home in post-Soviet Union poverty and because his mother, who was also his best friend and hero, worked 3 jobs to provide for him. Then his mother informed him that they would be relocating to London when she returned home one day. He didn't know what this meant, but he soon boarded his first airplane and landed in Britain. After dating his mother for a few months after meeting in Moscow, his stepfather had decided he wanted to move the two of them to London. This amazing turn of events occurred as his mother and stepfather began dating. Thus, everything for them altered in just a single month. They went from having no toilet at all at home to relocating to one of the city's most affluent neighborhoods. His perfect upbringing began to wane very rapidly. They were thrust back into their former lives after his mother and stepdad got divorced, and he completely cut them off. He had a terrible responsibility at the age of 14, taking care of his mother and himself. Though becoming a professional footballer was his early ambition, he understood at the age of 15 that he was insufficient. It was time to locate another source of income. He began by using Instagram, purchase and sales of accounts. For a 15-year-old, he earned a respectable sum of money, and then, by making one poor choice, managed to lose it all by investing in one account that had a severe failure. Unfazed, he began frantically looking for a new revenue stream. He truly loved working out and would spend days and nights studying personal training books before pleading with his parents of his buddies to let him teach them. He believed himself to be a great businessman because doing this brought in a few £100 per month. He made an investment in himself by purchasing his first camera, a £400 Canon. He mistreated that device, set up shoots wherever he could find them, and attempted to pick up a new skill. He had another thought in the interim. He was still a semi-pro football player at the time, and since he was familiar with social media, he had frequently complained to the club's owner about how inadequate their channels were and how he might improve them. The owner eventually bowed down. "Okay, Iman, why don't you oversee our material and social media?" he asked. And before he could respond affirmatively, he questioned, "And how much would that cost?" Huh? What would the price be? He had no idea that businesses might be charged to handle their social media. He then assured himself that he would get back to him on that after completely effing himself. After much thought and investigation, he decided on a lofty salary of £75 per week. Yes, his first monthly fee for an agency client was £300. It didn't really matter if the first retainer was £1 per hour or £300 per hour. The greatest gift he could receive at the time was hope, which it provided him. For the rest of his life, he had the recurrent income and was able to finally refer to someone as my client. Before he found his next client, he had to wait a full 7 months. At that point, the majority of people would have quit, but he was hooked. He persisted in his efforts until he was granted a meeting with the organization Athlete. He arrived at their posh London office and experienced immediate shivers. At the conclusion of the discussion, the founder, Sean, requested that he submit a proposal. He sent over a quote for £1,900 per month with the anticipation of negotiating down to something like £1,000 now that he had a better grasp of what he would charge and what other companies charged too. While he was seated in class at school, he mailed it off. He checked his email again before leaving lunch, and Sean replied with just 2 words: "Call me." He recalled using his phone as a hotspot while sitting on the curb of the street outside the school with his computer in front of him. Sean encountered some problems with the logistics before saying, "Okay, let's do it." His agency career was changed by this at this point. The subsequent 2 weeks would be even crazier. He then signed a client for £750, followed by one for $1,500. He went for earning £300 per month, with a poorly underpaid client who he abandoned immediately after, to earning £4,150 per month with 3 clients in just 14 days while still in high school. He knew this was the push he needed to make good on a promise that he had made to himself almost 3 weeks earlier. He made a self-promise 3 weeks before signing with Athlete that if he could secure enough clients on a monthly retainer to pay his overhead costs and rent, then he would discontinue his studies. He had reached the threshold necessary to withdraw after signing Athlete and the 2 clients in the span of 14 days. The logistical nightmare of approaching the council, pleading with his school, and figuring out how to leave at the age of 17 now awaited. After 2 to 3 weeks, he had figured everything out and was attending school on his last day ever. When he left school, he had the greatest amount of worry and uncertainty in his life. With tears in his eyes, he recalled walking around the Bolton neighborhood in London and gazing at the homes, wondering if he was about to throw away the education for which his mother had given up her entire life. He quickly acquired more clients after leaving school, including Zebra Fuel and Furo Systems. He was now earning well over 6 figures and appeared to be floating above the ground. After that, everything collapsed. He began to lose customers. He offered social media management and enthusiastically reported on likes and following, but he had no method of demonstrating ROI. It seems that there was only one method for his clients to use social media to demonstrably increase their businesses: paying customers. So he spent the following 6 months trying to sell Facebook ad services and failing miserably. At the age of 17, Gadzhi started managing and creating material for different clients, which raised his monthly net income to over £15,000. After working arduously for 2.5 years, he attained a monthly income of $100,000. He began teaching a social media marketing course and it made him $750,000 in 1 year. Gadzhi finished the year with a profit of nearly $1.2 million, which motivated him to do more. In 2019, he persisted in his efforts and grew his business. Gadzhi faced difficulties in continuing to be successful throughout the COVID-19 pandemic, but he did not give up. Despite a sharp decline in sales, he used the opportunity to enhance his offerings and make a stronger comeback. Gadzhi began his adventure in 2014, and he has changed a lot since then. His success was significantly influenced by his capacity to adjust to new circumstances and emerge stronger and more resilient. Iman Gadzhi entered the NFT market later in 2021 and made some wise investments. He made over $10 million from his NFT project and other businesses, and he is confident that he will keep expanding in the years to come. Iman's greatest accomplishment has been overcoming abuse and removing his mother and himself from a dangerous situation. His mother was able to retire when he was 19 due to this financial success. Iman maintained his commitment to maintaining his physical fitness even as he built his businesses. Early in his work, he began his road towards well-being, which continued while also assisting his friends and family. His adventure began when he started creating fitness content, but it also fundamentally altered Iman's life. He has numerous possibilities starting in 2014 to develop both professionally and personally. He stands out from the competition thanks to his outstanding accomplishments. Many people had difficulty in the year 2020, but Iman made significant progress by opening 2 more schools and making cryptocurrency investments. With that, we come to the end of this video. Tell us your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, then don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to us here at Evolution Of for more evolution videos. Also check out other videos on our channel, and we'll be back with another amazing video very soon.